Greetings and welcome to Fright Night Flix, where every night is Fright Night. Since I first got into the Scream films back in my teenage years, I always considered Scream 3 the weakest of the bunch, and even after 3 more sequels, that opinion hasn't really changed. But is it truly a bad film, or just the weakest in this iconic slasher franchise? Let's dive in. Here are my thoughts on Scream 3.
Then let's get started.
My main issue with Scream 3 ties in its shift in tone. Compared to the first 2 films, this one leans far more into the comedy, losing much of the tension and edge that defined the earlier entries. On top of that, Sidney is absent for most of the runtime, which makes Dewey and Dale feel like the de facto leads. It's not necessarily a bad dynamic, but it undercuts Sidney's agency. It basically thinks she only got pulled back into the story once it becomes personal.
Not a great plan.
That said, I have to give credit where it's due. Scream 3 does an impressive job of tackling themes of corruption and exploitation in Hollywood. Considering this came out 17 years before the Me Too movement, it's fascinating how the film shines a light on the darker side of the industry. This layer of social comedy fit right in with Scream's tradition of meta storytelling, and it gives this installment a unique identity despite its tonal flaws.
Well, whatever works for you.
The performances are solid across the board. Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox and David Arquette all return with solid performances, though quite not as impactful as in the previous films. Among the newcomers, Parker Posey absolutely steals the show, and supporting turns from Lance Hendrickson, Emily Mortimer, Patrick Warburton and Patrick Dempsey all add some spark to the ensemble.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
From a filmmaking standpoint, there's nothing particularly stand out here. Wes Craven is, of course, a master of the genre, but the script's lighter tone forces him to take a different stylistic approach. Peter Deming's cinematography is noticeably brighter and glossier this time around, which unfortunately drains some of the eerie atmospheric moment that made the first 2 films so affected.
Yes, but at least they never missed an opportunity to miss an opportunity.
Before I get to my final thoughts, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to Fright Night Flix and follow us on social media so you don't miss a single scary moment. Have you seen Scream 3? What did you think to it? Do you think this is the weakest of the bunch, or do you like this one more than I do? Please let me know in the comments down below, and check out my past videos on the channel, including my reviews of the first 2 Scream films. Now, back to Scream 3.
Finally.
Overall, Scream 3 isn't a terrible film, but it's definitely the weakest of the franchise. There are some genuinely good ideas here, particularly its commentary on exploitation within the film industry, but the shift towards comedy and lighter tone really hold it back. For me, Scream 3 gets a rating of a 3 out of 5 stars and a 6 out of 10. Thank you all for watching today's video. I'll be reviewing Scream 4 in December, but next time I'll be covering something a little bit more different. So make sure you come back for that. Until then, keep the chills alive, and as always, stay spooky.